Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Here's 2nd and 7. Milton. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. That is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Cowboys had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And a solid run down inside the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
They go again with Blue. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now, we all know that an offensive coordinator and quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. When you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
Prescott from the gun. Wide open, that's Flanor. He's got it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
First down and goal to go.
Now a shotgun handoff. Blue. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
When you look at the geography, we're staring at this part of the field. Don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. He'll buy some time right. Incomplete.
Chance so good, he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in his opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll run. This is Bucky Irving. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some slaps.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if we can get to him.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
3rd and 5. Throwing, Mayfield, escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Mayfield showing he can be fleet of foot, picking up the 1st down. They run it with Chandler. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown.
Ty Chandler, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bucs have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put...
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jacob Parrish. And the Buccaneers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Baker going to give it to Irving. And that one opened for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Handoff running left, Irving. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, they go with Irving. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one swung out to Williams. The gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Second and 5. They go with blue between the tackles. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Milton. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Throwing is Milton. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Tez Johnson deep for Tampa Bay. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in.
And he'll take this one out to about the 13. Now 2nd and 5.
It's a game of 5.
They'll stay on the ground with Irvin. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
To throw, Mayfield. Sliding out of the pocket. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge that by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
In motion, the tight end. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35. No return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Prescott. Touchdown! George Pickens, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now
Here's Mayfield.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
He's still on his feet. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 68 yards. And the Buccaneers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10.
Buccaneers 17, Cowboys 10.
McLaughlin now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Prescott. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Second and 10.
To throw is Prescott.
Gets this into the hands of Blue.
Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Prescott now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. To the air again, Prescott.
Here's one deep for Pickens. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Once again, it's Irving.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They go play action. Mayfield rolling to his right. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Mayfield going to switch things up here. Straight ahead, it's Irvin.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Bucky Irving.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Buccaneers 24, Cowboys 10. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
McLaughlin now to kick this one away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. No doubt about it, a really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. They did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They run for it. Here's Blue. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
A gain of 4 yards. That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now Milton. That nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Here's Prescott.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone. So that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he's brought down.
Gain of 10 yards.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
44-yard line.
Back now in Arlington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Prescott now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He'll get that to Javonte Williams.
And he'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now Prescott. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Prescott from the gun.
He'll drop this down to Williams. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Prescott to throw it. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
Throwing. Prescott. Forced out to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Prescott down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jake Ferguson,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Aubrey now for the PAT.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score Buccaneers 31, Cowboys 17. Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
A run up the middle with Irving. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game.
Running the toss to Irving.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
On the handoff, this is Irving.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Calling the gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll run. This is Irving.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
They're going to look to throw.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Even the most tenured quarterbacks can still get fooled from time to time. He clearly thought he had a throwing lane, but the defense shut it down and picked it off. I'm sure he's frustrated with himself, but I'm also sure he'll shake it off.
Here's a handoff to Irvin.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
A run with Irvin.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
95 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
At the Cowboys' 1-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Irving is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, Parker, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and One side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for the Buccaneers,